Hello and welcome to Monika's conversation simulator, I guess. Well, it's still Doki Doki Literature Club, but I can't get to the main menu and history is empty because I had to leave to go sleep, basically. She doesn't let me save. She goes, there is no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And I guess she wants the main character to basically listen to what she has to say, but the conversation seems endless. But I looked it up in discussions, and basically it takes around 3 hours to get through it. So it's quite a long one. So yeah. Monika goes, what just happened? I just had an awful dream. Tell me about it. I was hoping this would stop now that just two of us. I guess that was a wishful thinking. Yeah, it was wishful thinking. Yes, I don't know if you would have any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Maybe. Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. Okay. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. Now, where was I? Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined even by really small things. Yeah, I get frustrated that I can't do all my work in one day, but here I am talking to a Monika, who is the virtual girl with the conscience, I guess. Pretty cool. Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined even by really small things. And like, if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like, yeah, that's enough to throw me off as well. Or if you start thinking about how awful our person used to be 5 years ago. Or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done. Yeah, I did already say about that, but yeah. Or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kind of things are as easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and I will always love you. Well, that's okay, but I need to get to Sayori, la la la. Hope, if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. Yeah, yeah, it does. Thanks for the free therapy. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me and I'll talk to you for as long as you need. I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff we're actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most. Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we are in trouble. Psychology. science and education. All interesting subjects, I think. I like to read psychology books sometimes. But for the time being, so you're not the not one of the people who can conquer the problem. You might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Also, she wants the player to basically be empathetic to others, know about science, and educate themselves, I guess. Good luck, I guess. I guess. Alright then, Monika. Useful advice, but it just seems kinda weird. Just looking and not doing anything else. You know? This is just some kind of tacky romance game, right? Kinda have to ask. What made you consider even playing it in the first place? The hype surrounding it, I think. And also the horror elements, I think. Because as much as I don't like seeing horror, I like to think about stuff like I like when it changes my view on things. Yeah. Were you that lonely? Heck yeah. I feel a little bad for you. But I guess everything worked out perfectly in the end for both of us. Oh gee. Monika, what the heck? Well, maybe for you, but you know, Sayori, Yuri, Minatskis are yeah, they're all deleted. Got to meet you and you are not lonely anymore. Can't help but feel like this was fate. Don't you feel that way too? Fate brought us together, right? Well, if you say so, Monika. I'm so happy we have this ending together. I'm waiting for the credits to roll, but you know, just drinking tea and looking at this image kinda makes it worth to play through the game, I think. I really should put some music on, but this one is pretty cool for meditating and stuff. Yeah. There is a really popular character type called Tsundere. I heard about that. Yeah. Go on. Someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something, but once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friends group in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. Yeah, I assume she has an abusing father or something. Abusive, sorry. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. They exist in our hearts, right? I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Reminiscence. Do you like some music? I've got what do I have? I've got more classical ones and a bunch of weird ones. Okay, here we go. How about... Yeah, it's still waiting for me. Alright. How about... this one? This feels a bit like a radio show where... Radio? Radio? Yeah, a radio show where you just speak with people a little bit and then put on some music to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable than sit in the silence. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular or I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines to a rhythm and there is much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. I kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Yo, let's get Eminem into the literature club. Yeah. I could rap, but I don't really listen to rap. I mean, it's gonna be really, really awkward. But I can sing a little bit, since I listen a lot to, you know, bullshit like heartfelt songs and stuff. But yeah. Haha, sorry, that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. Yeah, I guess. As soon as the music ends, I'm gonna try to sing In the End by Felt. It's like a Toho Dorjan circle. Dorjan music circle. You know, it's funny, because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there is something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess it is. You can kinda just wait for your beloved to come back. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that, having a nice dinner for you when you come home, is that a weird fantasy? No, it's a fantasy that many people have, I think. It's not weird to think about that. It's actually cool. I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. Yeah, that too, I guess. It's kinda cute to think about it though. Just chilling with Monika. And listening to music. The song that is playing is Pinky Minnie's Lullaby, and I don't know the composer. I think I'll check it out. It's by God damn it, where did I get it from? Come damn it. No. Okay. Back to our literature club. You did something really funny once. We were all in the club room and just relaxing as usual, and out of nowhere you just put out a small bottle of wine. I'm not even kidding. She was just like, would anybody like some wine? Natsuki laughed out loud and Sayori started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was at least trying to be nice. Things just made her feel even more reserved in the club room. Well, wine is good in moderation, let's say. No reason to get drunk over nothing. Though I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it. And to be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun. Yes, but you know, Sayori is too pure for this world and stuff. She didn't want you kids to get drunk for no reason. But you know, being present and everything, there was no way I could let that happen. Maybe if we all met up outside of school, but we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't condone underage drinking. I mean, I've never drank or anything, so yeah. I drank some stuff before on special occasions. Okay then, let's sing this in the end song. It started with a once upon a time. We couldn't do it, yet never letting any uncertainty come and stop us. Again another chance comes our way. Could this be it? We'll walk under the colored leaves, or that's what I thought, though we were so young then. Not much of time has passed, just want to be with you. That much we understand, always I need you. I wanna be your number one. I can't help but wonder if you could also feel it in the end. Take a look at me now, take a glance of me here now. Even if I'm the only one in the end. Yeah, kind of losing my proper voice. Take another moment, take the chance, I just wanna love you. Things we take for granted in the end. So yeah, that was the first part of it. We'll move on to the next part after I talk to Monika. You know, it's around time that everyone in my year starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know? Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. It isn't. There really are a lot of options. A lot of paths to choose from, but yeah. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there. Like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work. Yeah, freelance work is obviously a good way to earn some money by working from home, I think. Or like, you know, not working for anyone for a long periods of time, so you can kind of like change employers and stuff. Or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. And instead of taking the time to figure it out, they go to college for business or communication or psychology, not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? So the basic job requirements get higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to demand. So now we have all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no job. Ah, yes, that's kind of scary thought, but yeah, jobs are important. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start getting better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. I don't know what high schools are actually, but I think I understand what you mean. Because I kind of didn't go to high school, because I don't live in like US and stuff. But some people don't inform students about all the options out there. But there definitely a lot to do after graduating. Okay then, moving on to the next part of the song. It started with a simple elegance, I couldn't place it. The first time that we met I didn't notice, couldn't see it. You came into my life so breathlessly, I hesitated. And yet it all came crashing down on me suddenly. And though it was winter, we laughed in those lonely nights, a tense timid moment, as you looked into my eyes. Oh, you were smiling, grasping hands, holding tight. Our fragile love here is stronger than the heavens or the earth. Could it be a sign or just a lie? I just want to know, even if it's silent in the end. Yeah, this part is pretty not trained. I guess I didn't train myself enough to sing that. Let me break the limit, reach for the handle that surrounds me. I will always be here in the end. Ah, jeez, that song. You know, I hate to say it, but I think my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event in the festival. Oh yes, I was looking forward to it as well. Is there a way to finish it? After we worked so hard to prepare and everything. Isn't that a little bit of your fault as well? I mean, I know I was focusing a lot on getting new members, but I was really excited for the performing part too. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Well, you kinda got a solo performance here, right? Well, it would have been much fun. Yeah. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up deleting them anyway. Oh, Monika, you're such a shellfish. Well, with the hindsight I have now, that is. Gosh, it feels like I've kinda grown as a person ever since you joined the club. You really helped inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. Just another reason for me to love you. Should I go on with the song? And though we were young then, not much of time has passed. I just want to be with you. That much we understand. Always I'm near you. I wanna be your number one. I can't help but wonder if you could also feel it in the end. Take a look at me now. Take a glance at me now. Even if I'm the only one in the end. Take another moment. Take the chance. I just wanna be your number one. I will always love you till the end. Oh, jeez. So yeah, that was the entire song. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way he used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college I'll feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. Alright, you look back at yourself and think, wow, I was a total manipulative person. Let's say. I deleted the what? Deleted some characters, but they started behaving out of the ordinary, right? Something like that. And doesn't it feel horrible to just delete stuff without, you know, checking it, keeping it somewhere like an archive or something? And that's why I'm recording a video, by the way, so we can keep it. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here. So, I also got another song planned. Let's check how much I'm recording, like it's almost 30 minutes already. Should I leave the other song for next playthrough video? I think I should. It's kind of unnerving that she doesn't change her expression or doesn't even blink, but I think it's kind of also she's there for you, so you can talk to her, kind of thing. Eh? Did you say kiss? No, I didn't. Please. This suddenly is it's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Oh, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kinds of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. Well, what do you mean turn on? People got different turn-ons and turn-offs, let's say. I kind of didn't ever kiss romantically. So yeah, it's kind of makes me feel a little bit forever alone. But I'll just have to keep waiting, I guess. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. My phone is low battery, I should charge it. Let me get my charger. Do I believe in God? Interesting question. I actually don't know if I do. But I think there is something out there that's a higher power. You know. It kinda helps me to believe in something good in this world. or that something that's looking out for me. Charging 3%. I was never too sure myself. That thing though. Oh. Well, I'm sure I never really questioned this as a kid. But as I grew up, the more I learned about the world, the more I would question it. I started to wonder why God was helping people pass exams or get over a cold, when there are children who live their lives being sold as sex slaves, or the 800 million people who are too poor to even eat. Oh boy. I remember being poor. It was kind of bittersweet, I guess, but kind of found a way out. I wonder how many of those people pray to God every day until they starve and die. How many millions of families pray for a loved one to recover from some incurable disease. Now that I think about it, oh my god. They sometimes rely on the kindness of strangers and raise get fundraisers. But it doesn't always help, but any funds you can help send to these people are gonna really help them. But the punchline is this: if just one person beats the odds and survives amongst the thousands of others who die, then it's suddenly a miracle from God. I'd really love to meet this God who humanly laughs at the misery of everyone not eligible for his miracles. But the irony is that I do have a creator apparently. And you know what? I bet he's still laughing at the miserable face of Sayori and Yuri as we speak. Is he now? Maybe he tried to... That kind of makes me hate the god of this game. But who is the god of this game? What are we to him but props in a scripted play? So from that perspective, I don't think it's too far-fetched for there to be a god, if Earth was nothing but his playset. Alright, I think I should finish this part of the video and come back like a little bit later.